Hello, dear students. It's time to start a new chapter in social science, chapter number 12, Understanding the Map. Well, here in this chapter, we'll be studying in detail about that, but still, without even knowing these concepts, you have been understanding map, you have been reading maps since third standard, I guess. Last year also, I was teaching you, giving you various examples from the maps when we were studying about geography. In the previous chapter, about landforms, there also I showed you pictures of certain landforms and I showed you their location with the help of maps, or to be specific, those were topographic maps. But now let's start in detail about the study of map. Tourists visit different tourist destinations of Gujarat like Somnath, Dwarka, Tarnetar, Ambaji, Dhordo, Saputara, etc. In spite of being unknown with the geographical area of tourist destinations, they can reach the destination very easily. What is the reason of it? The reason is only that they have map showing tourist destinations. They can receive information of the tourist spots or destinations by reading different maps. So, how do the tourists who have never been to Gujarat, or anybody who has never been to a land, like they are going there for the first time, but still they reach those places? Well, we all have maps for that. In the present time, maps have proved very useful for many other objectives besides tours. Today, in the age of science and technology, you can reach any place in the world with the help of GPS, Global Positioning System. Let us understand the map in this chapter. Well, we all have been using this when we are driving or when we are going to an unknown place. The image that you see here, it's of Google Maps, but the red mark that you see, that is actually the image of GPS, which tracks your current position, the global positioning system. It has been useful in various other ways. Globe of the earth is very important to study the earth, but map is more important to study any one continent, country, state, district, taluka, city, or any village of the earth. We have studied the globe, like the sphere, how it represents the earth, but it is useful for studying about earth. But when we want to study in detail and we want to take a closer look about a particular continent or country or district, state, village, we need map. The word map is called naksha in Hindi. Map word is derived from the Latin word mappa mundi. The meaning of it is the piece of cloth that can be held in the hand. In the general sense, drawing of earth's surface or any one part of the earth on the plain flat paper is known as a map. Many details of any large area can be included in the map. Now, map, we know that it's called naksha and it derives from the word comes from mappa mundi from Latin language. Like various other words of English, this word has also been derived from Latin. And what is actually the meaning of map? It is the drawing of the earth's surface or any part of the earth on the plain flat paper. That is a map. And if it's on a sphere, it's a globe. Atlas map. An atlas is a collection of maps showing various details of the earth or its larger part. Now, we know that there are maps of anything in the world. So, atlas. Here, there is an image of atlas of the world. So, there will be map of world, but not just single map, but a collection of maps. Like there are different kinds of maps. Maps showing the mountains of the world, maps showing the plateaus, or maps showing the industries. So, this way, it contains political, administrative, natural, and cultural details. Like for particular details, if everything is on a single map, you cannot get any information. But based on certain topics, there will be different maps, and that collection is known as atlas. Complete details of any concerned region can be known by map. Map shows important details of various regions like physical details, mountain, plateau, plain, river, lake, etc. The physical details about the world, and cultural, the transportation, industries, farming, irrigation, etc. too. Like all these kinds of details we can get from map. And when all these maps are kept together in a book, that book is atlas. Now that was all the introduction about map. Now let's come to the types of map. Basically there are two types of maps: thematic map and scale based map. Thematic means based on themes, and scale based means scale, the size of the map, like what is the scale used in that map. These are further divided into thematic map are further divided into natural maps and cultural maps. Let's start with these. Such types of maps are prepared according to the requirement of the necessary details. They are based on particular theme. Thematical maps are categorized into two main sections based on the natural and cultural details depicted in them. A. Natural maps and B. Cultural maps. So let's start with natural maps. Basically, thematic maps are about particular detail, about particular requirement, about particular theme. Now students, in your textbook on page number 69, the last paragraph, it is not about scale based map, it is about natural maps. Map that shows physical details is called natural map. Natural map displays natural landforms like mountains, plateau, plain, rivers, oceans, etc. Maps showing the details of wild animals, vegetation, forests, minerals, etc. are part of the natural maps. So the maps which show everything related to nature, which has been created by nature, those things are a part of natural maps. Make sure that you make the changes in your textbook. It is not scale based map. The whole passage is about natural maps. Page number 69, last paragraph. So under natural maps, first is topographic map. Topographic means the features of the area of land, like the mountains, the rivers, all the natural features of that land. Landscape like mountains, plateaus, plains, waterways, etc. are shown in this type of map. So in topographic map, you can see the natural landforms as well as the waterways. Here there is a topographic map of India. In it, based on the color and the key given at side, you can see like the height of the region as well as the depth of the waterways. Not of the rivers, but of the ocean or the sea. So this is a topographic map which shows the landscape and the waterways. Next, under natural maps is climate map. This map focuses on the details of climate, temperature, rainfall, winds, etc. Here, in this particular climatic regions of India, we can see the regions are shaded as per their climates, and there are the rays showing the monsoon winds as well as the winter winds. So this kind of map which shows the climate, rainfall, temperature, all these things, the map which shows these details is a climate map. Next is astronomical map. Now the map which gives information about celestial bodies. Celestial bodies means bodies in the sky, like planets, satellites, galaxies, stars, that is constellations, etc. are shown in astronomical maps. These maps show the location of all these things in the sky. Under thematic maps After natural maps, we have the cultural maps. Cultural maps outlines the man-made details and they show various human activities. The map of state, farming, population, transportation are the examples of cultural map. Now, natural maps were showing everything natural, like how they are. But cultural maps, here they show the map of state. State has not been given, it's not natural, it has been made. The boundaries are made by human beings. So they are a part of cultural maps. Then farming. Farming is also a human activity. Population, transportation, the road map. They all are a part of cultural maps. Under cultural maps, we have various maps, but let's study the basic ones. Political map. The map which shows the details of continent, country, local administration and their frontier are called political map. Political map, like there are no natural boundaries, but the boundaries which have been created by human beings for their easy administration or for better policies or politics. So these are the political map. Here we have been given the political map of India, where you can easily see the division between different states and union territories. Next we have industrial map. This map shows the details of industrial sector, phased history of industries, production, etc. Here this is just a basic map of industries. Like under industries we have different kinds. So here there is an example of chemical industry, and even that in that, to be specific, we have cement industries and drugs and pharma industry in this map. So the image, the legends which have been shown, the triangles are for cement industries and the capsules or the tablets are for drugs and pharma industry. Similarly, there can be different maps for, let's take the example for textile industry. There will be a different, on that same map, there will be different images for that, different legends, and that too on different spaces based on where that particular industry is. Under cultural maps, the last one is historical map. The map which shows the situation during history. Let's see. The map which shows history of regional and national administration is called historical map. This, you can compare this map with the current day map. This is the map of ancient India in 500 BC. We studied the Janpads and Mahajanpads earlier. So here in this map we can see the Janpads and Mahajanpads as well as the rivers. So these kind of maps which show the history of that region are known as historical maps. Now comes the second type of map, which is scale based map. Students, this is the actual explanation of scale based map, not the one given on page number 69. So scale based map, it means which are based on the scale which you use. Let me explain you what is a scale. The ratio of the distance between any two places on the earth and the distance between those two locations on the map is called scale. Like if you are taking the distance between Junagadh to Rajkot, when you compare that distance, which is in kilometers, to the ratio, that ratio is to be kept same in the ratio which is used to make the map. They are not just doing random drawing, so they need to keep a ratio which shows like that is known as scale. So if the scale of a map is less than 1 centimeter is equal to 50 kilometer, then that map is called large scale map. If the ratio is less than 1 centimeter is equal to 50 kilometer, if that ratio is less, the region that is covered in the map will be more. It will be just like when you zoom out the picture, when you zoom out the maps in your cell phone. At that time, the scale increases. Hence, it is called a large scale map. In this map, 1 centimeter is equal to 50 kilometers, that is real distance on the earth. Large scale map shows more details, like whenever we open the map on our screen, mobile screen, and when we zoom in, like when we increase the size, we get to see more details. Similarly, the same thing happens in this large scale map. District, city or village maps are the examples of large scale map. Now compared to the world map, a district map or a city map, they are maps. I mean, they won't be having small size paper for that. The maps are made in that same size only, but they will be large scale so that we can clearly see these maps. Here I have given you the example of Junagadh map. This is a map of Junagadh. It is a large scale map, and even if I had given you the example of Junagadh district map, even that will be a large scale map. Similarly, I mean, sometimes there may be bigger cities, so the map of village, city or district are known as large scale maps. After large scale maps, we have small scale maps that shows large area of the earth's surface. For example, map of different continents are called map of small scale. To show different continents on a piece of paper, I mean, they will be using small scale. Small scale means their 1 centimeter will be more than 50 kilometers. So these are small scale maps, and like there will be different maps for different continents or map of different countries. All these come under small scale map. World map, country map, maps of atlas are the examples of small scale map. There are 4 types of small scale maps. One is atlas. I already taught you about atlas. Then cadastral. Cadastral means the maps which show the ownership of the land, like when the land is divided, like about who is the owner, what is the value, and also those are cadastral maps. Then topo sheet. Topo sheet, from topography we can get the meaning, like topo sheet, the which shows the topographical features, the physical features of that piece of land. It is called topo sheet. And wall map. Wall maps are the maps which are to be hung on the wall. We might have generally seen this in movies or where they show the police station or and the police are discussing about it. So those are the kinds of wall maps. That's it for today. Today we studied about the introduction of maps and the types of maps. I want you guys to revise this video because in your textbook just the information is given. You can't see the pictures of the maps, and there have been certain mistakes as well. So I would want you guys to revise this video and let me know if you have any doubts. And after that, you know, your exam dates have been already declared, so you can revise for your studies, and later on you can do whatever you want. So that's it for today. Bye.